And this is a My Jeep update, Saturday, August 5th. And today I'm working on the Evap system and a little bit of suspension work. And the Evap work depends on how soon my part gets here. My Jeep update on the Evap system. And as you can see, I dropped
You really think you
canister,
have the damn smart to
housing down.
put that puzzle back together?
I think it was 3 bolts, and I rested on this bucket here. That way I can get to everything, and that's what I'm going to be changing out right there. It's a whole assembly, and it comes with attach hoses and connections. So I just got to make sure I get them in the right place. I tell you, after I messed around and made sure all these hoses were in place, I started the vehicle up and it's running pretty good now. But I'm going to go ahead and change all this out. That way this entire system brand new. The only thing that's not new in here is this harness, this valve. There's a I can't see it right now.
Get that damn finger out of the way, boy! How do you think your subscribers can see anything?
This is part of it too. It's a filter. Here's my finger. That's a filter, and that's a valve. And fuel flow harness, vapor fuel flow harness. Anyway, this, I know that when I got this down, this hose was up a little bit. A couple of days ago, this elbow, let's see, this elbow here was about halfway up, so it may have been leaking. But I was seeing a lot of smoke coming from, it looked like it was coming out of this valve. So I'm not sure. This is the original harness that came from the factory, and the rest there, everything else has been replaced. So we'll see how it goes. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be here early enough for me to get on it tomorrow, but we'll see. And my Jeep update, and I'll get back to you when I make some progress. My Jeep out. Now before we go, see, this is the driver's side. It don't look too bad. It looks better than what the passenger side looked, but that's a problem. And I noticed in some pictures when the old shorter stock points were on, and the connection was up here, all this was straight. So I don't know what that means, but that was too close to the, it was close to the shop, barely any clearance. Plus, research told me that this sway bar is not supposed to be up here like this. It's supposed to be more close as you can get it to the 90 degrees. So anyway, my Jeep out. Back to the rework. That's my Jeep update. Still Saturday the 5th. And guess what, guys? It came in early enough for me to start working on it. And this is my brand new Mopar fuel flow harness. And let's see here. And that's where it came from. Anyway, as you can see, that's the old one back there, and this is the new one here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling the old one off and prepare to install my Jeep out. Some of the work I've been doing on this passenger side rear is I took the spring out again. I didn't videotape that, and I had a couple thin rubber spacers. Actually, they're cups, because I have a lot of right rear sag. These right here, and normally just one of these goes up here on the top, and I had 3 of them up there, and I had spacers in the other spring, and I still had a little bit of sag, so I took those out, and I had this 1-inch rubber spacer from Mr. Gasket. I think it's a universal type thing. And anyway, what I did, I pulled the spring out, and I pulled 2 of these. I had 3 of these in there to help for the sag, and I took 2 of them out. I still got the original one up here, and it's in good shape, and I put this rubber spacer has a large hole in it. And anyway, what I did, I put the spacer up there, then I put one of these cups which fits fairly tight, and I pushed it up, tapped it in, and it held this thick rubber spacer in place. I put the spring back in. I didn't have no problem. I just jacked the other side of the axle up. I loosened, I took out the bolt in the sway bar link down here, and you know, too kind of dark to see, but I took this shock out, this top bolt out, and it lets this axle go up and down. It's got a lot of freedom, a lot of room to adjust. And the spring, when you do that, when you jack it up on the other side, the spring will fall right out, or vice versa. Anyway, I put that up in there, and I was able to adjust this. I was able to slip the spring right in there on it, let it down, and you can see what we got here. It don't look as straight as it did before, but I'm gonna go with it for now because it's just temporary, because I got to do something about this, and I may take this lift out of there and go back to stock. I'm not sure, because I just don't like this. But what I read is that Moog and what's the other one, Crown, you know, they have a lot of this stuff made in India and China, and some of this chemical compounds they use in there, it's not holding up. Anyway, there's a lot of complaints on it. I know this is the second set that I've had, and they don't even have 100 miles on it, and they're coming apart. It's like they're melting and deteriorating, and they're real soft, and you can tear the rubber with your fingers in some areas. But anyway, we're going to see how this works for a while. I'm just trying to see. Also, another update that might help this sag, because, and I've talked about this before in the past, over a year ago, I had planned on doing it, and I finally did it. I ordered me some, you know, transmission and engine mounts, and they should be quality. They're iron, I think it's Iron Man off-road or whatever, but they're heavy duty with heavy bushings, and they had a lot of good reviews, so that's what I got coming. It might be a week before they get here or whatever, but I'm gonna change out my transmission and engine mount, because what I understand, that can also add to this right rear sag because of that torque effect. But anyway, we're going to see. I got this back in here, and I've spent a lot of money on this thing, and looks like I'm going to continue to spend money.
What the hell you doing there, boy? You still spending your wife's money that she's worked for all her life, and you just spending it like it's water?
Well, anyway, get out of here, Marvin. God dang it. I thought you disappeared. Anyway, that's what we're doing now, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the tires back on it and set it down and see what it looks like. See, so I may have too much lift on this side now, but I don't know. You know, on the passenger side, maybe up this way now. We'll see. It wouldn't put it past me. But anyway, I'll give you an update when I get the tires back on it, and I'll see what it does. My Jeep out.